As of 2021, this aircraft type has left the Qatar Airways fleet, but luckily a few years ago Herpa made a model of it. But can we still enjoy it in our collection? We'll find out after the drop. With that, hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at an Airbus A330-200F of Qatar Airways cargo. At the front of the box we have the cutout, so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and on top of that we have the Qatar Airways branding. Then on the back side of the box we have a lovely image of the aircraft in real life. We're provided with a web link by Herpa Wings for more information. Unfortunately, that link does not work anymore, and we can see it is a limited edition. And here she is, the Airbus A330-200F of Qatar Airways cargo. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this aircraft type has now been retired with the airline, and the aircraft have been replaced with the larger 777F. The model itself from Herpa Wings was produced back in 2016. Now with that out of the way, let's take a closer look at the aircraft model itself to see what it has to offer. And we start off with the tail section, where we on the vertical stabilizer find the Qatar Airways branding. On the fuselage we then have the flag of Qatar and the full registration code of the aircraft, as well as at the very tail of the aircraft a little bit of detailing around the APU exhaust. Then at the front of the aircraft and across the fuselage we have the writing of Qatar Cargo, and we have the name of the airline in Arabic. Then we of course also have the cockpit section itself that offers as well the cockpit windows with the window wipers, but underneath the cockpit windows we have a little bit of more Arabic writing. I'm fairly certain that is the name of the aircraft, but if you know for sure, then feel free to let me know in the comment section below. The engine itself then offers the bare minimum when it comes to printed details. We have the silver leading edge and the Qatar Airways branding on them. But what I do quite like on the engines is the physical detailing. I think Herpa is doing a great job with that, especially also here when we look into the front of the engines, where we very nicely can see the engine fan blades. And then from the engines we can move on to the wings, which we should also take a closer look at, starting off here with the top side, where we can see the different flaps, slats, the spoilers have been carved out rather nicely. We do also have some different shades of grey for additional detailing. The underside of the wings I think look rather nice as well. Here we have the full registration code of the aircraft once again, but my personal highlight, and how could it otherwise be, are the winglets with some nice Qatar Airways branding printed on. Herpa's done well with that. The landing gear itself, well, that is the standard landing gear that Herpa uses for all their Airbus A330s, but what I particularly like here is of course the reinforced front landing gear. I think Herpa has done great with that when it comes to the physical detailing. However, I am missing a little bit of printed details here, unfortunately. And then on the belly of the aircraft we find the writing of Qatar, which has been slightly impaled by this hole in the fuselage for a stand, which is not included with this aircraft model. We have seen much worse examples of this, but it's still not great, and I would prefer not to have the hole there at all. And then last but not least, we do also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here in the back side of the aircraft, here at the front of the aircraft, and of course the main cargo hatch here on the other side at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Airbus A330-200F in the current livery of Qatar Airways cargo from Herpa Wings in scale 1 to 500. And what can we say about this aircraft model? Well, overall I like the model. I particularly like the mold that Herpa has for the A330, or in this case the A330-200F. I think Herpa is doing really well with that. The print quality itself is also great, and of course a cargo aircraft doesn't really offer that many opportunities to add printed details as perhaps with a PAX aircraft. Nonetheless, there are plenty of areas where Herpa could have added more details. I'm particularly thinking like the engines or just the cargo hatches could have profited from more detailing, and Herpa has missed the opportunity to do that there. Nonetheless, as I say, I rather like the aircraft model, and even though the aircraft type does not fly like this anymore in real life, I still think this aircraft is worth having in one's collection. Now with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated, and of course if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe, that would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching, hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.